Gold Coast coach Damien Hardwick stood with pride as his Suns notched a historic victory, but it wasn't without its drama. In a hard-fought battle at Docklands, the Suns pushed past St Kilda, securing a 19-point win that further solidified their best-ever start to an AFL season. With a final score of 12.8 80 to 8.13 61, Gold Coast elevated their record to 8-2, firmly planting themselves in third spot on the ladder. The finals dream, long elusive for the club, now looms large. But the headlines weren't just about the game. Pre-match, Saints coach Lyon drew attention with a pointed remark about Hardwick, calling him an AFL Nepo baby during a Fox Footy segment. Though Lyon said it with a laugh, Hardwick didn't find the comment amusing. "It's a little bit disrespectful," Hardwick retorted. "Trust me, I've been at Richmond and then I've come to the Gold Coast, we don't get a lot. What St Kilda should do is make sure they focus on their own backyard instead of trying to bring everyone else down." Hardwick didn't stop there. He noted the low turnout at Docklands, just 13,486 fans in attendance, pointing to it as the Saints' smallest crowd at the venue since 2002. "We'll just focus on Gold Coast and they should focus on themselves," he added. Saints coach Lyon, for his part, didn't seem rattled by the sparse crowd. He cited the time slot, interstate opposition, expansion club status, and the team's prior performance as contributing factors. Hardwick's Docklands record as a coach had previously been dismal. His tally of 1-9-1 there haunted him, especially since his infamous declaration that he hated the venue while coaching Richmond. But with this win, that narrative began to shift. Captain Noah Anderson led from the front with 36 disposals and 11 clearances, while veteran Toot Miller was everywhere, racking up 30 touches and a goal. Ben Long haunted his former side with 3 goals, and Sam Collins was a pillar in defence. Ben King, largely kept quiet by Callum Wilkie, found his rhythm when it mattered most, slotting 2 pivotal goals in the final quarter. Mac Andrews' ankle injury in his milestone 50th game was the only major setback, with Hardwick unsure of his availability for next week's match against Fremantle. St Kilda pushed hard in the third term and into the fourth. Cooper Sharman narrowed the margin with 3 goals, including one that cut the deficit to just 13 points early in the final quarter. But poor execution in key moments blunted their charge. Jack Steele, Jack Sinclair, and Nasai Wangani-Milera all had high-impact games, but it wasn't enough to halt the Suns. Meanwhile, Fremantle were grappling with an incident of their own. Captain Alex Pearce received a 3-match ban following a brutal collision with Port Adelaide's Darcy Byrne-Jones in Saturday's match. Pearce was airborne, eyes off the ball at the last moment, and his upper arm struck Byrne-Jones in the head. The Port forward suffered a concussion, slamming his head into the turf. The AFL tribunal assessed the incident as careless, high contact, and severe impact, warranting a 3-match suspension. Pearce will miss games against Gold Coast, North Melbourne, and Essendon unless the Dockers challenge the ruling. Coach Justin Longmuir defended his captain. "From what I saw, Alex is making a play on the ball. What's he supposed to do, pull out of the contest? If he did, he'd get crucified," Longmuir said. "I just thought it was 2 guys contesting the ball." He described it as an unfortunate football collision, not malicious in nature, and said he didn't even believe it warranted a free kick. Port coach Ken Hinckley acknowledged Pearce had no intent to injure, but said modern rules leave little room for error in head-high incidents. "Once upon a time they were footy incidents that weren't such a big issue, but they are now, and rightly so because of the concussion risk," Hinckley explained. As the AFL season charges on, storylines of resurgence, rivalry, and regulation continue to intertwine. For Gold Coast, it's a time of hope. For Fremantle, it's a time of reckoning. And for all involved, it's another week of hard truths and high stakes in the nation's most fiercely contested sporting arena. The modified article has been transformed into a detailed narrative speech and saved as a document titled, AFL Gold Coast Win. Let me know if you'd like a thumbnail, viral title, or anything else for this content.